Welcome back to the Edwards Report. My name's Kaylin, and if you think that $750 a month is a lot of money for a car payment, well, brace yourself, because in 2025 we have Americans out here paying $1,000, $1,500, and even $3,000 per month, not for luxury cars, but for ordinary trucks and mid-sized sedans. We're in the midst of an auto crisis here in the United States, and it's flying under the radar. Let's get into it.
I don't care that I have a $700 car note. I don't care because I'm in this car a lot, right? Think about it. We commute to work, to the gym, to the stores. We're in this car 1-2 hours every day. Best believe that I'm going to drive something that I like and that I'm comfortable in. And I don't care about that Apple CarPlay, whatever everybody's obsessed with. What I care about is that my windows roll up and down, that I don't have any check engine lights, and that my brakes aren't screeching. Because having an unreliable car is inconvenient. Trust me, I've had my handful of cash cars. I've been in hoopties. It was all that I could afford back then. Car troubles were the worst. So yeah, I'll pay my $700 car note. And best believe, yes, I am going to buy the...
You gonna pay it while you got that job. You gonna pay it while everything is peachy keen. But what happens if that downturn happens? What happens if we end up in a recession? What happens if you end up with some medical issues? What happens if your family needs something? What happens if you lose your job? You gonna be paying that $700? Okay, go off.
Buy the maintenance package because my car needs to be on schedule for its maintenance. And listen, the real flex is buying a nice car cash, right? But we don't all have it like that, but we can't afford a little, $700 payment. And I'm cool with that. Y'all are gonna come for me, but y'all have fun on the side of the road. No, I'm just kidding.
Got the Toyota Camry 2020 with the red interior. Miss Nay, how much did you put down?
Zero down, $600 a month for 427 months. Somebody going to jail.
Zero down.
How much was your monthly payment?
$5.99.
For how long?
427.
Take a look.
This right here is probably the worst car deal I've ever seen in my entire life.
That just made my stomach turn. They gotta be trolling.
She got a Toyota Camry with $0 down, paying $600 a month, 427 months. To get yourself stuck in a deal like that, your credit must be just terrible.
Abysmal. Like, not even, I'm not laughing at her. If this is real, your credit is so low, it's like below Hades.
However, imagine not knowing anything about cars to thinking that this right here is a good deal. I mean, as you can see, she's all excited. $0 down, $5.99 a month, 427 months she's locked into paying for this Toyota Camry right here. This is how much she'd be paying if she obviously kept that car.
You might as well live in it. Because you ain't getting no house. You gonna give them $250,000 for a Camry? Guys, the joke's on us. This got to be
full
trolling.
427 months. However, she's never going to be able to sell this car because her payoff is going to be so high. Even $600 a month for a Camry is just insane. Her loan is literally for 35 years, longer than she's been alive.
No, they're trolling. That's got to be trolling. It's probably like 10 years, but still, even that, $600 a month for 10 years, y'all, that's a lot.
Do y'all want to know what is worse than my Tahoe payment? You guys thought that was bad. Wait till you hear this one. It's my husband's truck. My husband drives a 2020 GMC AT4 Sierra 1500. We bought it in August of 2022. Financed it for $78,000. He still has a remaining balance of, I think it's $72,000 or $74,000. I haven't really checked recently. His payments are $1,600 a month. So y'all thought my $1,400 Tahoe payment was bad. His truck payment.
And the worst part about this is I hear the baby back there. And the baby got two irresponsible parents. That's ridiculous. $3,000 a month in cars is a mortgage, or 2 or 3. Sis, she better be trolling.
is $1,600
This is rage bait.
with an APR of 14%.
Nah,
So yeah,
this gotta be rage bait. She's trolling. No, nobody is doing this.
y'all stop coming after me for my bad finance decisions and go after him because he f***ed up too. Too bad he didn't buy his truck for him. I did. So yeah, I messed them both up. Oops. So maybe we should just let his truck get
Nah, she's
repossessed
trolling.
and keep the Tahoe because a $1,400
And this is happening a lot, guys. I guess there's a lot of money to be made on TikTok, rage baiting and trolling. Maybe because they end up in reports like these. I don't know how this would benefit them though, because some of y'all are laughing at them. I'm not laughing. I'm not shaming. I'm not name calling. I'm just reporting the news neutrally. Oh man, I don't know how this would benefit them. I don't know why anybody would want to go on the internet just looking crazy. But 2020, guys, millennials, Gen Z, your children. So if you're not a millennial or Gen Z, these is y'all kids. This is the fruit of y'all labor. Y'all did this.
What your car says about you as a man. Okay, so number one, starting off strong, if you drive any type of pickup truck, I'm automatically going to assume that you're overcompensating for another area. You probably own your own construction business and are definitely under 5'10". Next up, we have the Corvette Stingray. If I see you driving this, I'm going to assume you couldn't afford the Lambo, but good job living the American dream though. And if you have it in this specific color red, I'm going to assume you're over.
So this is the real rage bait right here. Okay, I thought the other one was bad. This woman is really trying to get under your skin. Let me know in the comment section if she is succeeding, okay? Is anybody's skin crawling a bit? Does she come for you?
Over 40 and going through a midlife crisis. Next up, we have the G-Wagon. If you drive a G-Wagon, I'm going to automatically assume you're very successful and you own your own business and you're using this as a tax write-off or something like that. I'm also going to assume that you're a bit of a player because of how much room it has in the backseat. If you know, you know. And last but not least, we have the BMW sports car. If you drive this car, you're probably a toxic Arab who drowns himself in Dior Sauvage. Especially if it's a white BMW. Oh, and you probably only date Latinas.
I just know she got deep fried in the comments after these takes. I know. Sizzled, sauteed, deep fried in the comments. But I want to know what y'all think in these comments.
Just want to know what kind of sick joke it is that I paid off my car last month. I haven't even gotten to the date where my next payment would have been due if I was still making payments. And just tell me why I got in my car today and it started to stutter and almost not start. So now I'm going to have to be taking it in. It's a possibility it's a transmission issue. 62,000 miles, 2019 vehicle, paid off, not even a month. And it's going to break down.
That hurts my soul, y'all. And that's kind of the counter argument that I guess everybody's talking about too. How people like us think, you know, we talk about driving the hoopties. We talk about buying used cars. We talk about if you bought the car new, pay it off, and then life happens. Things like this happen. So I can really understand the argument, especially if you can afford it. Like if these numbers that we're talking about aren't a lot of money to you, I guess have the car payment. I guess I still wouldn't want it, but that's just me. Like I'm a pretty cheap guy, but if you can swing it and you don't got to worry about some of these issues, swing it. If you do it, if you lease, if you buy so that you can always be in your car's warranty period. So if these things happen, you could just take it to the dealership. I get it, but we're kind of playing a little game of cat and mouse or whack-a-mole here. Like some of us are able to drive a car till the wheels fall off, and that ends up being 25, 30 years. Some people end up with lemons. And in her case, it seems like she got played. But you should have a reasonable expectation of car maintenance. It just sucks when it's 1 month after you just paid it off.
Why? Probably one of the best financial decisions I ever made, and I thank myself for this every single day, is that I bought my car outright. You might be like, Abigail, I can't pay for my car outright. Okay, let me rephrase. I bought a used car. Did it drain my savings for a little bit for the time being? Yes. However, I don't have a car payment. I don't have a car payment. And luckily, my boyfriend also drives a really, really old car that he has paid completely off. So basically, neither of us have a car payment except for our insurance. And it is so freeing. Listen, it gets me from point A to point B. Is it brand stinking new? No. Is it like the most expensive car in the world? Absolutely not. Do I have a car payment? No. Like, you do not have to buy like a brand new car just because like all your friends are buying brand new cars. My dad really taught me this, but growing up, I think I wanted like an...
She has a dad. She has a dad. We all need one. I just love hearing that, you know. Man, a good dad can change a lot of things.
iPhone one time and went to go buy a new phone, and I was like, I'm just gonna make monthly payments on it, whatever. I can do that. And my dad was like, you can't afford that. He was like, if you can't go buy it outright, then you can't afford that. And like, rude, but he was right. Like, the moral of the story is you don't have to buy a brand new car. I know it's all over TikTok. Everybody is like getting a new car and a new house and all these things. And my car it's like a 2015. It has been used before I had it. It's clean. It's well taken care of. It gets me from point A to point B, and I love her. And I probably will never buy a new car because I don't want a car payment. Me and my boyfriend rocking our old car, saving that money.
So let's go ahead and talk about the debt reality. And this is way beyond the monthly payment. What we're witnessing right now isn't just a car problem. It's a fundamental life crisis. So let's go ahead and go over some of these statistics. The average car loan right now is $41,720. Now, if you stretch that over 69 months, that's nearly 6 years of financial obligation. Now, nearly 20% of new vehicle buyers are committing to monthly payments that are exceeding, get this, $1,000 per month. That is a historic high. America's collective auto debt has ballooned to $1.64 trillion, and that represents a 70% increase in just the past 10 years alone. It really begs the question, did Americans start needing cars more in the past 10 years, or did our appetites increase for the amount of debt that we can take out? And I'm gonna keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, and I'm a brown guy. Proverbs 22:7 tells us, it reminds us that the borrower is slave to the lender. Yet many have substituted pride for wisdom, and they've mistaken debt for a type of independence.
Hey Madison, what kind of car do you drive and what is your car payment?
I drive a 2024 Jeep Compass Latitude and it's $598 a month.
Hey Rick, what kind of car do you drive and what is your car payment?
I drive a 2020 Wrangler Sport, the 75th edition. I think I pay $800 a month.
Hey Murad, what kind of car do you drive and what is your car payment?
23 Dodge Charger, $858.
Hey Jose,
yeah.
What kind of car do you drive and what is your car payment?
2020 Charger, $650.
Hey Wesley, what kind of car do you drive and what is your car payment?
I drive a...
Am I out of touch? Like, is this average? Like, we've made enough of these videos where I keep hearing these numbers. Maybe I'm out of touch because it's been so long. It's been so long since I had a car payment, and I had it for 3 months and then just paid it off. Is this normal? Because the car payment that I had was like $300, and that was like too much. Is this normal?
I have a 2024 Power Wagon, and it's $1,000 a month. So.
Hey Taylor, what kind of car do you drive and what is your car payment?
I drive a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland and I paid $12.
This doesn't make sense. I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee as well. I guess in 2017 it was $300 a month. And I was a kid. $1,300 now? What?
98.
How long of a term is too long for a car loan? Let me know your opinion down in the comments. Personally, for me, sign me up for as long as possible. I've got an 84-monther out on the Honda Ridgeline right now, and here is why I did that. As I've said before, I'm a huge advocate for money down on car loans. The objective is to pay the car off. But what I'm looking for is the lowest minimum monthly payment there is. And I'm going to be real with you. I don't know how much the exact minimum payment is on my Honda Ridgeline. I know it's somewhere in the threes, but I don't pay that per month. I pay double, sometimes triple that. And I also know that my son's going to have to start daycare here within the next year. So budgeting for that, I'm throwing all the money that I can at this car loan right now. And then I'm going to drop it down to the minimum monthly payment if I absolutely have to whenever the daycare thing starts. Regardless, I'm going to have that thing paid off in like 3-4 years. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Is 72 too long? Is 84 too long?
How long is too long for y'all? I've heard some 60s. You know, I used to work at the bank, so I've seen. This is why this is fun for me, because I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling y'all what I know based off of what I've experienced and seen. I used to pay people's car loans for them, y'all. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff that I can't even show on YouTube clearly, but like, this ain't even the worst. It gets worse. So after having that experience, I've deduced that the longest car loan, the one that is way too long, the max I would ever have, is this long. Zero. Why? Ain't nobody trying to be paying the bank for no car. We trying to be paying the bank for something that's not depreciating. Okay? I've seen this ruin people's lives. I've seen the amount that they have in their checking account. No savings whatsoever. In the car loan, I've seen their bi-weekly direct deposits from their jobs be exactly what the car loan is. So they go to work for 15 days out of the month, 2 weeks out of the month, just to pay for a car that is going to sit outside for 99% of its life. Why are people doing this?
Cliff, how much is your car payment?
$1,030.
Is that one car or two cars?
One.
Nice. Diamond, how much is your car payment?
I pay $500 a month.
Nice. Hey, Brandon, how much is your car payment?
Like $650.
Hey, Valor, how much is your car payment?
$650. Devontae, how much is your car payment?
$800 a month.
Hey, Ruben, how much is your car payment?
$800.
God damn. What is your car payment?
$665.
Nice.
Almost $700. Well, that's one of them. The other one is $765.
Nice.
Car payment is $561.
Nice.
84-month car loan? God, you really are patriotic. This is the most American thing I've ever seen. Why an 84-month car loan?
I want lower payments.
You know that's not how it works. You are paying more in interest over time because you are allowing that balance to sit longer.
Oh, I'm going to refinance it when rates go down.
Okay, if rates go down.
When rates go down. They will go down for sure.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you chair.
People aren't real. This is a simulation. This isn't real. Guys, if your blood is boiling, let it stop. People aren't real. They've got to be trolling.
The Federal Reserve?
Well, I mean, I'm just, assuming they're definitely going to go down.
Assuming?
Not really. I mean, they're kind of at like an all-time high when I went and bought the car.
They've been cut a couple times this year, but you don't know what's happening. A new administration's coming in. What if it's, things are different?
We'll cross our fingers.
But we don't know. I don't know.
But I mean, if I can't refinance, then whatever. If I can, awesome.
Whatever. I have an 84-month loan. I'm going to have this car for 7 years. The loan itself for 7 years. That's a whatever. 7 years of my life doesn't matter. I'm going to be 40 and I finally paid off my car.
And?
That's a long time.
That car's going to last me a long time.
This is the most responsible person we've ever seen on the Editor's Report. Go ahead. So what? YOLO? Who cares? Guys, just let me bring a little bit of levity to this situation. All right. We are betraying our older selves. She cares nothing about her future self. Her future self will look at this version of her as a complete stranger and hate her, because her future self will be in such a bad position based off of her current self. But it's you in the future. I know it's hard to project it and see it, but it's you.
You're an American. You are not going to be happy with the car for 7 years.
Well, That's probably true. I had my last car for like 5 years, and that was a long time for me, but it was like,
there you go, you're answering
but listen, it was like starting to like have issues, and I was gone for so long, and it was parked, and I'm like, you're breaking down when you're
You
parked.
are going to find this being breaking down in 7 years.
I don't know. But yeah, 7 years.
You
but
will.
this car, like, I only got to drive it for like, what, 2?
You owe
And it started to break
$39,000,
down.
it's worth $31,000.
Because I just bought it this year.
Yes.
Of course, the value isn't that great. But I didn't have.
It's never going to be.
But I didn't have.
She thought the car was going to appreciate y'all. She said, oh, yeah, it's the first year. Like, I just drove it off the car lot. Like, it just started appreciating. Ooh, wait till she find out about depreciation. So we got to talk about the status trap before we get out of here. People that are trading wealth for the actual appearance of wealth. This crisis isn't just driven by necessity, it's driven by image. One special viewer perfectly summarized this mindset in one statement. We've all heard it before, just in different variations. We drive cars that we can't afford with money that we don't have to impress people that we don't even know. And it's getting worse, especially in the age of social media, people trying to flex, people trying to show off. They really want to make it look like they got something that they don't. But you don't got it, so stop buying it. What we're seeing right now is households with $45,000 annual incomes financing $90,000 trucks, taking on $1,500 a month payments for assets that will lose half of their value before they're even paid off. That's hustling backwards. The data confirms this troubling trend, with 22.4% of new auto loans now extending not 60 months, but to 84 months. That's 7 years of vulnerability to job loss, medical emergencies, or even economic downturns. Meanwhile, those driving paid off vehicles, you know, the hoopties, the ones that look a little dusty, a little crusty, little dents in them, even though they're older models, they're experiencing the true financial peace. And that's priceless. They've chosen biblical stewardship over societal pressure, and they're reaping the blessings because of it.
I'm gonna put y'all boys on with the private party auto loan play.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say, don't listen to nothing he about to say. Respectfully. Do not take financial advice from YNs. That's what they call them now. That's not that is what they go by. If they preface the financial information with play or method, you're cooked. If you listen to them, you're cooked. But let's just hear them out. All right? I will eat my words if the next words that come out of his mouth even sound remotely financially responsible.
And what this play does is it helps you build comparable car credit quickly. Let's say your goal is to get approved for a $50,000, $60,000 vehicle.
That ain't the goal. That should not be the goal. I'm already right, but let's just see if I continue to be more right.
First thing you got to do is find somebody that has a $30,000 vehicle. It could be mom, dad, friend, or family member.
So bring them in. Bring them in, not to the scheme. Bring them in. Go ahead. Ruin everybody else's financial life too.
Okay, so everybody keeps wanting to see a car reveal, and no, that does not include the insurance. And I was actually kind of lowballing it a little bit. Both of our cars together is more like $1,800 instead of $1,700, and our car insurance for both of our cars is another $2 something a month. And yes, before anybody comments, I know that is a lot for cars. Trust me, you're not telling me anything new that I do not know. But we both actually do drive brand new cars. This is my car. It's a 2022 Jeep Wagoneer. And this is my fiance's car. It's a 2022 Honda Civic.
In 2024, I financed a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. My APR was a 25%. The truck costed about $35,000. And my car note was $950. But when I initially got ready to finance, it was $1,025 or $1,050. But he told me he was able to give me a deal, and he dropped it down to $950. But he also said I can come back in 3 months, and if I pay my car note on time, which was the $950, for 3 or 4 months, I can come back and refinance. Now, me personally, I never heard of anything like that, but I went on and took his word because I needed a vehicle. Now, when I first walked in the dealership, I wasn't trying to buy a vehicle. I just wanted to, drive one around and just get the feel of a new vehicle. But I ended up leaving a lot with one. At the time, I had just paid off my credit card, and my credit score was about a 6 something. So it still was low. So I should have waited. So that was on me. I'm going to take that L. When I say I love the vehicle, it was like a 28th edition or something like that. I kept it for about a month. In the second week, I was like, I can't afford this. Like, I had to pay $400 to even get my insurance on the vehicle. And then it was like, it was going to be $256 a month. So from my car note and my insurance, that would have been $1,200 a month. I really should have followed my first thoughts and went to the lady I was going to go to before, but I was too impatient. I just needed a vehicle. So I still ended up getting another vehicle that same within like a month. And this is the vehicle I got now. So my APR is 16%. My car note is $699.39 a month. And when I got it, it was like 26 or 28,000, but I added Gap and all that other stuff, so it ended up being like $31,000. And I know the APR was still high. I get that. I know that. I'm gonna try to pay it off as early as I can, and I'm gonna try to make 2 payments a month and then pay like an extra $100 or whatever.
I remember this woman. She was talking about her student loans. So, I mean, not to get all up in her business, but I mean, we did do a report on it, and I do have to do the research. And I remember her student loan payments was 2 degrees. I think it was like biology and something. She was the one that was eating the chicken. That's why I remember. Okay. $800 in car payments plus the student loans. Pookie, what are you doing?
Whatever on it. And yeah, when I say I really want to pay this truck off now, because this is my 10th vehicle. This is not the 10th vehicle I had in my name. This is probably the 4th vehicle I had in my name, because that other truck that I just let get repo was in my name. So I done had bad experiences with vehicles, and I paid one off and I bought maybe 2 cash cars. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all credit straight. Make sure y'all got a good person that's financing your vehicle. But number one, make sure your credit straight before you try to get a vehicle, because that's why I messed up it. I was impatient. I need a vehicle. I just took my L and I said I'm going to pay it. So hopefully I can pay this off within the next 3 years, because I ain't trying to pay no $60K for this vehicle.
That's with the utmost disrespect. If you are driving a brand new vehicle with a whopping fat payment, do not be complaining about groceries. Do complain about the economy. Do not be complaining about Joe Biden, even though he is absolutely terrible. I beg you. Y'all are embarrassing everybody. Just shut your mouth, okay?
The other day, I was driving with my sister in her car. She's like 2 years older than me. And she's had the same car since she was in high school. Like her senior year or whatever, she got her car and she's had it. It's paid off completely, okay? And I got my car when I was a senior as well. But when I got my car, there was no more key. Like, you don't put your key in the ignition, it's a push start. So I've always had cars with push start all my life. And I've had 3 cars, okay? My sister has had the same car since high school. So the other day when I went with her, she was driving and all I hear is the keys dangling. I was like, that's annoying. And then I was like, how are you going to back out without a camera? Because she literally grew up without a backup camera. I cannot drive without a backup camera. Like, I need to see what's back there.
Oh, she can't drive.
And then, like, to go into drive and park and all that, she has the little stick thing. I don't know what it's called. And my cars have always had buttons. Look, like this. See all the buttons? Okay.
See, we were on vacation and I rented a car that had the buttons. That was my first time pressing the buttons. I didn't know how to work the buttons because I've only ever had a car that had the stick thingy she's talking about.
So I was like, how do you even drive this car? Like, I'm not even trying to be mean or be like annoying, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. But she literally has no car payment. I've had 3 cars. I have $1,000 car payment, okay? She is smart. She does not have a car payment. And I'm like, wow, I should have kept my first car.
So in closing, I just want to implore you, can I exhort you to choose freedom over the facade? This auto loan crisis reveals something that is deeper than financial mismanagement. It exposes what our priorities actually are. Are you guys pursuing status over freedom? You can't have both. These are not the type of times. You guys see all the videos that we make. These are not the times where you can be out here just getting caught with your pants down. You got to pay attention. Remember, true wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about having the freedom to live according to your values and purpose. And if you guys are liking this channel and these types of videos, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, and let me know in the comment section below, what was your worst car loan that you've ever had, if you've ever had any? It's okay. It's no judgment zone. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and go to theedwardsreport.com for more kingdom-minded financial wisdom. Pray that the Lord blesses you, that he keeps you, that he turns his face towards you, that he gives you favor, and that he gives you peace.